All right, let's move to Boston. This team is fascinating with the moves they made this offseason. They bring in Kemba, Enes Kanter, and Vincent Poirier. Probably getting that wrong. Haven't actually heard it pronounced yet. They also draft Romeo Langford, Grant Williams, Carson Edwards, and Tremont Waters. They lose Kyrie, Terry Rozier, Al Horford, Marcus Morris, Aaron Baines, and Gershon Yabusele.
One could say they gained losing Kyrie Irving because that was such a mess for them. But I really actually love the composition of this team relative to the way it was. Obviously they lose, like you said, the Smart loss is tough, and he was such a key player to them. But they still have a good rounded out roster, and I love Carson Edwards as a piece off the bench. I'm not sure how much he's going to end up playing, but when you think of Tatum and Hayward and Smart and Walker, and I really like what they've got. I'm not sure how the front court is going to fare, but I think that's the real question, obviously. But I trust Brad Stevens implicitly still, and so I love Kemba Walker leading a Brad Stevens team. So I think this team will gel really well together.
I think the real fascinating story here is what's going to happen with Jaylen Brown. The Celtics have come out and said they're not going to give him the extension he's looking for at this point. Maybe he's a trade chip. There's a lot of teams out there who would be in the market for a young, athletic, defensive two-guard.
No doubt about it. And, opinions have varied on Jaylen Brown from when, they were obviously in the middle of trade talks and allegedly made Jaylen Brown unavailable at one point. It was just, right. It's an interesting team and an interesting piece. I'm not sure what they get back. Is it like a Kevin Love type? Is it a big front court piece?
That is exactly the name that came to mind for me. I don't think there's a chance that Cleveland would turn that down. Obviously, the cap's not going to work out, so other pieces would need to be involved. Looking at it offhand, I think I don't have the salary composition up, but I think it's going to be difficult to make that work, at least until some of these new guys can be traded in December.
Right.
Kanter may be the one guy. I don't know I have to open up the salaries, but I'm not sure what they re-signed Tice for, but I feel like Love makes in the 20s, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. He has to. Upper 20s, I would say.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a tricky one, and I do think Cleveland jumps all over that. All right, here you go. Salaries up. We have. By the way, there's just not even a chance we're gonna get through even half of the teams on this show. So this will definitely be a 2-part episode. All right, we've got Cleveland. Kevin Love makes $28 million, so they're going to have to send back at least 24 back. Boston, on the other hand,
Kanter, Brown.
How do you even get there?
Kanter, Brown. Yeah, I don't know. You have to get a third team probably to facilitate it, right?
They would have to take Marcus Smart would need to be involved in this, and that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't. This is gonna be really difficult.
Can't trade them both.
You're right. Third team would be necessary, but Love makes a lot of sense in Boston, and I've never liked. Although then you have the issues of Love wasn't great when asked to play center. He likes playing power forward and being able to drift a little bit more outside. And then you have Jason.
Okay.
Yeah, you have Tatum and Hayward. Oh, whatever. All right. Interesting team. It's going to be fun to see how they work themselves out throughout the course of the season. Another interesting team. Are those?
Do you think they'll be better or worse? Just I know we're
Celtics?
Be tight. Yeah.
Oh, I don't care about the time. We get through what we get through. We will be back next week. There's no threat of that. Are they better or worse? I think Kemba will be better for the team than Kyrie was. Gordon Hayward's going to be a better version of himself as he comes off the injury and gets more comfortable. I think Tatum progresses. I thought he regressed a little bit in year 2 because expectations were a little too high. I think he continues to progress. Kanter is just so efficient offensively, but can't play defense to save his life. On the other hand, you have guys like Robert Williams and Taco Fall who really can't do anything other than defend in the lane. I think they're slightly better because I think they actually get along and they like each other.
Agreed completely. I mean, between the fact that it's just a better roster for Brad Stevens, like apart from that, I mean, they've got pieces that are gonna get better. To your point, like I mean, Hayward and Tatum are their probably second and third best players, and they're both gonna get better, as you said. So I'm very bullish on this team.
And Brown is probably 4, and he's certainly going to get better, even if he is going to come off the bench.
Right, totally, absolutely.